She like, I'm starting to feel like we shouldn't have brought this car here. And I'm like, oh, mama, don't say that. What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is our first video for Storytime Fridays, so let's get to it. Grab your snacks because the tea is about to get real. Okay, so yeah, that's me.
Okay.
So about 2 months ago, because it's about July now, about 2 months ago I got into an accident. Well, I got into two accidents. Someone rear-ended me just a couple miles up from my house, and that was a mess. And the second one was even worse. So I was driving down the street downtown Montrose. If you stay out here, you know how the streets are set up. And someone's coming out like some apartment complexes and hit me like that. And I'll insert pictures and I insert like the video of myself so that you are able to see. Bro, you can see the inside of my car. R.I.P. Big Baby. Cause y'all know Big Baby was my girl. Like, come on. She acted like my kid, okay? Like, we was like this. We had an understanding. Okay, first car type of love. When the accident happened, we were sitting out there for about 4 or 5 hours. And the police, like, y'all know, like, the downtown area, especially on like Friday nights, it be lit, but they be too worried about towing other people's cars that they don't care about minor accidents. And my parents, they got tired of sitting out there, because y'all know anytime I get in a wreck or anytime anything happen, yeah, I'm gonna call my mama. So they was sitting out there. They was like, I'm really tired of sitting out here. We've been sitting out here for 4 or 5 hours. The police, y'all, we called the police like 3 or 4 times. They still didn't come. So no tow trucks, no nothing came. We had to tow my car to the house. Mind you, it was the weekend, so we couldn't even call the insurance company. We couldn't even call like nothing. It was nothing we could do until Monday. Over the weekend, I had talked to my aunt and my cousins and them, and it's like I wouldn't say like family, because it's not necessarily family. We're just gonna call him, as petty as I want to be. Let me think of a good name. Roach. Yeah, we're gonna call him Roach. We're gonna call him Roach. Yes. All right. So Roach was, introduced to me, and he was telling me like, oh, I got a shop, I got this, I got that, like, we can go ahead and, get you situated. Like, I seen your car, I seen the damages, like, I can fix that, like, no worries, like, just bring your car to me, this and that, like, all this, like, feeding it to me, y'all, I'm telling you. And he had called me all the way until we talked to the insurance company that Monday. Monday came, we called the insurance company, we talked to them, and they was like, okay, well, go ahead and let me know what shop and everything that you want to take your car to, and then we can get it towed over there. So I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, did you talk to the insurance company? Like, what they talking about, what you want to do? So, I had talked it over with my mama. I had showed her his work as well, because I told him to send me his work. I need to see, what I'm working with before I go ahead and go into, like, going to something with that decision, because it's like, it's like trusting somebody with my car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't know what you're doing, then you gonna put me in a deeper hole than I'm already in, and I got to be able to, trust you off rip. So I sent my mama his work, and she like, okay, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Like, all right, if that's what you want to do, then we can go ahead and do it so we can get the ball rolling and we can wrap it up. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm fine with that, So the insurance company, they was like, go ahead and send us, the place that you want to send it to. So we sent them their information, and she was like, okay, cool. Yeah, we could do that. Mind you, that the Roach had told me he was certified with State Farm. Keep that in mind. He's certified with State Farm, and he's worked with them, and he's done all of this and all that with them. He's done business with them. Roach had told us all that, and we was like, okay, cool. like, like that give us even more reason to trust you. Like now we feel like, yeah, hey, that's we good. So the tow truck comes eventually to come pick up my car Monday. And when they pick it up, they take it to him. I call him and I'm telling him, hey, the tow truck just left. It's on the way to you. My car's on the way. Keep me updated with anything, like let me know whatever you need me to do as far as with the insurance. If you need me to call them and talk to them, let me know. I'll do it. Like, I'm good. He like, okay, cool. That's cool. So I'm like, all right. So he had let me know he got my car the same day. Yeah, he let me know he got it, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. So that whole time, like the whole week, I was looking for me a rental car, like looking for a way to move around because I really didn't, have no transportation, no nothing. I was like just in the house, bed bound, okay? So, hey. So Thursday came, I got me a rental car and I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm ready to be outside. Y'all know me, I be lit.
Stop it, shake that ass, scrub the ground.
I'm in the club right now, but I got COVID.
You need to leave.
Anyway. The weekend had came, Thursday, the weekend had came, and I had texted him. I left my grills in the car. Now, y'all know when I go out, my grill top everything out for me. Like, that my grills do it for me every time. Okay? So, I had texted him. I'm like, hey, bro, I left some in my car. I'm coming up there to get it. He like, all right, cool. Let me know you're on the way. I'm like, all right. So, I had told my mama to ride with me. She rode with me. We got up there. So, when we got up there, y'all, the shop, I don't even know how to like make y'all understand, but I can't really talk too much noise because I did leave my car there. So hey, it was just kind of like, dang, this is not what I imagined for him to be a certified, yeah, okay. So that should have been a red flag right there. So I get the keys, open this right here, armrest. I couldn't think of it. And one thing about me is I'm very observant. So I know when I wrecked my car or when I got into that wreck, I cleaned out my car and my gas tank was on full. So keep that in mind as well. I found like a bottle, but it was a bottle of juice and it was sitting in my passenger seat. And I'm like, no. That off rip had me like raising my eyebrows because no, ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna trip too much because I get it. Like, it is hot outside. Like, I get it. I understand. Like, maybe y'all need to sit down. Maybe I need to take a little break. But hey, yeah. So when we leaving, I'm telling my mom, like, I saw a juice bottle in my passenger seat. I hope they not just chilling in my car, like sit in my car. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like stuff like that. And she like, yeah, me either. So I hope they go ahead and do what they have to do so we can be done with them, because now I'm starting to feel like, y'all know mama intuition. Mama's ain't never wrong. She like, I'm starting to feel like we shouldn't have brought this car here. And I'm like, oh, mama, don't say that. Don't say that. Please don't say that. I'm like, come on, let's just please try to think positive. We like, all right, cool. So a couple days go by. Y'all know me. I be outside. I'm lit. He eventually started like looking at my car and everything. The insurance company came out. And when they came out the following like week. So I dropped my car off. Well, the tow truck dropped my car off to them, let's say last Monday. The following Monday is when they were going out there to go see my car. Why did y'all wait the whole week? I don't know, but insurance companies do what they want to do. So they the people that hit me end up taking full liability, and I appreciate them for that. Shout out to them, because it's all love, baby. Okay, the insurance company went out there, they took a look at my car, and they figured that it was going to be about $3,000 in damages. So I was like, all right, cool. He called me a couple days after he sent me the workup that State Farm sent him, and he was like, hey, this is the workup, this is how much they say everything's gonna cost, and this is everything that's included, like everything that we're gonna fix, everything that we're gonna do, like you don't have to worry, like you're good. So I'm like, okay, cool. He was like, but they did say that they were gonna send a check to your bank account. And I'm like, why are they sending a check to my bank account and they've never, you know, talked to me about that or told me any of that? Like, that was never brought up. Like, you know what I mean? So he was like, I don't know. That's just what they were saying. They were going to drop it in your bank account. It was going to be electronic and you were supposed to get it in a couple days. So I'm like, okay. So I called State Farm. I'm like, hey, I'm calling about this case. Whoop the whoop. Y'all saying y'all dropping a check in my bank account for the estimated damages on my car, but y'all never said anything about dropping it in my bank account. Like, how are y'all gonna drop something in my bank account with no bank account information? Make it make sense. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, we do see that we were trying to do it for electronic funds, and yeah, it didn't go through. And I'm like, yeah, it didn't go through because y'all don't have no bank information to drop it in. Like, make it make sense. How are y'all gonna do an electronic check and y'all don't have a bank account for the electronic check to go to? Come on, like, are y'all dumb? So they're like, would you rather us mail it out? I'm like, yes, mail it out. How long is it gonna take? They're like, oh, it should take about a couple days. This was May 3rd. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I'm like, maybe about the weekend I should have it. They're like, yeah, you should have it by the weekend. I'm like, okay, cool. So no problem. So the weekend comes. We're checking the mail. There's no check. Mind you, Roach is calling me every day. Like, did you get a check? Did you get the check? Did you get it? Like, did they send anything? Is this and that? Being a bum, basically. Look, y'all, my dad's home. And I'm like, no, we haven't got anything yet. Nothing at all. And he like, okay, well, just let me know when you get the check. All right. So I'm like, all right. May 7th, May 9th, still nothing. So I'm like, okay. Like, they said a couple days. I'll call them. So I called them and they're like, oh yeah, we're sorry. Since it was Cinco de Mayo, it was a holiday, we didn't send it out. So we're gonna send it out this week. And this is May 9th. And I'm like, okay. Because at this point, there's nothing else that I can do. I'm like, okay. So they send it out. It takes forever to get here. But see, mind you, when they said they sent it out, when they were sending it out on May 9th, they told me 7 to 10 business days. So I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. Mind you, all this time, this is the key part. All this time, I do not have my car, okay? My car is sitting at their shop. Or mind you, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, okay? All right. So, boom, Roach still calling. He like, oh, did you get the check? Did you get the check? This is and that. Did it come in? I'm like, no, it didn't. I'll let you know when it does. Still, while I had all this time to like, basically wait for them to mail the check, I asked him, I'm like, hey, can you fix my radio? Because my radio, the way my radio was at first, it was like a standard radio, and I really wanted, like how my radio is now, I wanted like a touchscreen radio, and like, you know, it's just a different feel. I'm like, this is gonna be me back in my car for the first time after so long, or after like my wreck. I just kind of want a new feel. So he was like, yeah, I could change your radio. That's cool. $100. I ain't gonna trip on it. I'm like, all right, cool. $100. It was nothing to me. Mind you, Roach had called me and told me, because we had asked him, why are you calling and asking about the check so bad? Like, you calling like you fiending for something. Like, damn. He like, oh, well, that's the way that I have to order your parts. That's the only way that I can order your parts. I gotta get the check. I gotta get the check. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, dude, if that's gonna make you work on my car faster so I can be done with the shit, then hey, so be it. We didn't think nothing of it. So don't y'all bash me in the comments, okay? We didn't think nothing of it. So the check finally came. And when it came, I had called him. I'm like, hey, the check came, so you can go and order my parts. I'll bring it up there, whatever. He like, all right, yeah. And as soon as you bring it, I'm going to order the parts. We're going to start working on your car. We'll have it done in like a couple days. I'm like, all right, cool. That's fine. That's fine. So, my job, I said that I work night shifts, like 45 minutes away on a good day at that. Like, traffic and all that shit, it'd be like an hour and some change. Like, okay, just to get to work. Like, so I usually wake up at a certain time every day, do my normal routine, go get food, and head straight to work because it takes me so long to get there. So this specific day, I woke up early I get up there, I see my car up there. Like, he had took my car to his different shop. This was not the first shop that I went to the first time. This was a different shop. But this shop was the shop that I seen on Instagram. So I was like, oh, okay. So maybe he just put my car over here, isolated it by itself so he can go ahead and focus on it, get it done, get it out the way. Okay? Like, that's me trying to cheer myself up at the same time, because the whole time I felt so negative, like I did. So when I got up there, I seen him and all his little workers. I gave him the check, and I also took him my radio, because I ordered a radio for him to install inside of my car. And I was like, okay, well, just let me know. And he was like, okay, cool. So that was that. A couple weeks go by. Yeah, literally. I hear nothing. I'm like, okay. So I call him. I'm like, hey, Roach, like, any updates on my car? He like, oh, yeah, it'll be ready Wednesday. I'm like, okay, what time? He like, it'll be ready at like 3:30. I'm like, okay, cool. Wednesday come. He told me to come at like 3:30. It's 3:15. I woke up. I text him. I'm like, hey, Roach, I'm on the way to come up there to come get my car. Like, everything good for sure, because I didn't drive the rental car because I was going to drive my car. I was going to drive it to work. I had text him. I'm like, hey, I'm on the way up there. I'm finna have my cousin drop me off. You for sure that it's gonna be ready, like, at this time? He like, yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet. So my cousin, she take me up there. Girl, while we get up there, he's not there. My car's not there. So I'm like, I get to calling this nigga. I'm blowing this nigga phone up, because I'm like, Roach, what the hell is you at? You told me you had me come up here at 3:30. Like, come on. So he called me back. He like, oh, yeah, I'm like 15 minutes up the road. I got the man detailing it right now, but I'm coming. My bad. I'm like, all right, bet. So then, hey, that's my sister, y'all. Cause me and my cousin, we chilling. I'm like, girl, this is so ghetto. Like, I thought we was about to have to jump this nigga. Like, went to the store, trying to kill time, whatever. I'm like, this dude needs to hurry up, because I have to go to work. I'm gonna be late messing with him. Like, yeah. So he pulls up in my car, y'all. And I'm like, my car! That's how I felt, okay? Like, that's really how I felt. But when I got inside of my car, that's all I can say. When I got inside of my car, mind y'all know how shops be having, like, gravel and, like, dirt and stuff, like the little rocks, the little white dirt. Yeah, all on my seats. It was like all in the rugs, but you can tell they was trying to clean it. Like, so it was kind of like faded, kind of like this. Even though that's my deodorant, I'ma clean it. Don't talk your shit, okay? Yeah, it kind of looked like that though, for real. And my car smelled like cigarettes and weed. Like, they had just hotboxed my shit. And I'm like, I know you lying. But I'm like, okay, all right. Not only that, burnt my armrest. Big old hole in my armrest. I'm like, okay, all right. At this point, I had pulled out, and that's when I just got to noticing everything. So I'm like, okay. I look at the radio. The radio looked like it's stuffed in there, like stuffed in there. I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm driving. I look at my gas hand. 50 miles. I'm like, I know you lying. Like 50 miles? And then, like, my car was on full when I first had my accident. That's, bro, my car to be on full, that's 500 miles. 500 miles to 50 miles? Like, bro, where did y'all go? That's my thing. Where did y'all go?
Because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Better No Chase, what the hell could you got?
I was having the time of y'all life in my shit, okay? Okay. I'm driving. I'm like, bro, I gotta put gas in my car. At this point, I was irritated. So I'm driving the car. Why, when I brake, the car go, like, rattling? I'm like, oh my God. So when I pull up to the gas station, right, I go around to the side. I'm like, bro, this man didn't even fix my car. He didn't even fix my car. The only thing he did was take the bumper off, right? Knock all the hits out, the dents and all that out the bumper, and put that back on there, y'all. I kid you not. I got to send this nigga a long message. I'm like, yeah, this is very unacceptable to me. Like, you basically did nothing. Like, I'm disappointed you did nothing. Y'all had my car this whole time. I get my car and it's on empty. Like, my nigga, y'all was sending my shit. Y'all was having the time of y'all life after you begged me to bring you my car. After you begged me to bring you my car. This is what you pull. Okay, at this point, I'm pissed off. Because, like, no. You know, like, you don't do somebody like that. Like, dead ass. My mama, everything. Like, I'm telling my mom, because my mom wasn't with me when I went and picked up my car. So I call her. I'm telling her everything. I'm like, mom, this man didn't even fix my car. Okay, I'm like, he didn't change the wheel, he didn't change the tire, he didn't do nothing. Like, the man didn't do nothing. All they did was hotbox my car, tear my stuff up, and just to, like, he didn't do nothing. I was over it, you know what I mean? So he was like, well, if you want to bring the car back, then bring it back, I'll fix it, this and that. I had to drive my car to work that night. I didn't want to drive it because I didn't know where to start, because I felt like I was gonna have to fix my whole entire car by myself. Honestly, I felt like I was gonna have to try to pay out of pocket to get my car fixed so that I can have a decent transportation. Like, I'm telling y'all, I drive 45 minutes just to get to work, and that's putting a whole bunch of extra miles on my car. The tires started going flat. Like, I just didn't know where to start. Like, I don't know what to do first. Like, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like overwhelming to me. So I'm still like inspecting the car and everything. Y'all, I'm like, from afar, if you look underneath my car, you could still see all the stuff hanging out at the bottom where it was wrecked at. I'm like, y'all, this man didn't do nothing. So I'm like, bro, okay. Then not only that, my hood, I couldn't even pull the hood up. I promise you, I'm going to insert all of this so that y'all can see it. I couldn't pull the hood up. But not to mention my sun visor, they had broke that. Everything was terrible. And all they did was ride around in my car and make it worse than it already was. Like, and I'm like, bro, you didn't do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't do anything. So we sit on the phone with him and he trying to argue with us. He's saying, this is exactly what he said. The work up had everything that needed to be fixed. Everything that needed to be done on my car, everything that needed to be removed, everything that needed to be replaced, as far all the way down to the tire that got hit, the tire. This man, if you, I'm gonna try to insert it right here too. If you look and read what was all inserted, everything that was put in the breakdown of why it was $3,000 to fix my car. This man was trying to sit on the phone and say,
oh, they didn't pay for that. 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 The tire, yep, they didn't send me no money for that. Nah, they ain't even send, nah. To take that off, to do that, they didn't even send no money for that, bro. Like, how y'all gonna try to argue with me and they didn't even send the money for that?
How didn't they send the money for that? When on the breakdown, all of this show you how much it costs, and the total say $3,000. They sent you $3,000, dude. What are you talking about? If you didn't want to do it, just say that. You wanted you a lick. That's what you wanted. You wanted you a lick. And you know what? You wanted you a lick, Roach, and you got it. You got it. And I ain't gonna lie. I took that L. So don't bash me in the comments, but I took that L. Just don't take your car to him. Toys by Wade. I'm telling you, don't take your car to him. Because, no, he's not going to fix your shit. He's going to drive your shit around. And he's going to, he's going to treat it like it's just another one of his vehicles. And he's not going to fix your stuff. He's going to keep it for like a month and have you think he's working on it the whole time. And, driving your gas out. I told this dude to send me my money. Send me my money back. Send me some money to fill up my gas tank. And send me my money for my radio back. Y'all think he did that? No, he didn't. And then, like I said, he was introduced to me through my aunt. My aunt tried to talk to him, and he like, I told her I'll cash up her half of her money back. Half? Did I half-ass pay you? No, I didn't. But that's cool, though. Y'all, that nigga had blocked me, my mama, my dad. Like, I got to going in on his ass. Okay, back to the story. He was like, bring me the car. I'll fix it. So, I'm like, bro, you think I'm finna leave my car with you again? Like, no. So, I call my dad. Me and my dad go up there. My dad talking to him. He trying to tell my dad the same thing that he just tried to sit on the phone and tell my mom, me and my mom. I'm like, Dad, you standing here reading this. You see this breakdown. All of this that's included in this breakdown, they sent the money for it. He just didn't do it. My dad like, okay, well, Kara, do you want to give him a chance to try to fix the car? I'm like, bro, I will sit here all day till the sun go down and till the bitch come back up again. I'm not leaving my car here. I don't want to leave it here. I don't trust him. Like, that was me. And they was like, well, Carrie, calm down. You got to give him a chance to fix the car. And I'm like, this bum ass. They like, well, Carrie, how else are you going to try to fix the car? I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. Y'all figure it out. Y'all do it at this point. So he like, all right, the car will be done Friday. I'm like, all right, cool. So look, Friday come, I get the car back, right? He at least did fix my armrest. I give him that. He at least did fix the armrest. Y'all, all he did, that side and underneath my car, he bolted it up. He took like bolts off my license plate, bolts like off the sides of my door, like, y'all, and bolted it up and painted it, like painted it. Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna include all of this, and painted it like as if he just did the damn thing. And then my hood, y'all, he got the hood to come up, but instead of him aligning the hood, he had put like a fabric piece and then like a rubber piece to sit my hood on so that it could pop open. When I tell y'all, this was the most ghetto experience I have ever had in my life. I'm like, bro, he had to be high. Like, he had to be. Like, I want to know who his plug is, because how you get so high that you forget that you actually got to work on a car and you think that you worked on a car. You make me think that you worked on a car. You make all of us think that you worked on a car. You think that you worked on a car and you didn't. Like, you had to be high. Smoke sesh. Like, come on, please. That's when I found out that that's exactly what he did. And I was telling my parents that off rip, like, I don't want to leave my car here because I know that he's going to bolt all this stuff up and try to make it seem like he fixed it and he didn't fix it. I'm like, man, I don't want to go home. I don't want to leave, man. I want my shit fixed right, or I want my money back. This nigga was scared to come out the office. Like, he was scared to come out the office because I definitely was going to jump on him. I was. I take pride in it. And I'm honest. Like, yeah, definitely would have got the beating his ass out there, because you thought you could play on me like I didn't know my vehicle. And yeah, come on, bro. Like, he tried that. But yeah, I'm going to link his page on here. He also a nigga with stars on his arm. Like, my mama ain't even got stars on her arm. Why do you got that tattooed on you? I'm gonna put all that in here though so you can see it. Toys by Wade though. Do not take your car to him. He's a liar. He's a roach. And he's a bum. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. I hope it kept y'all entertained. I'm sorry if I was all over the place, but my mind works in a million different ways and goes a million different ways at the same time. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your bells on so you get a notification every time I post, period. Like I said, what else you want to see, or people you want to see on my page, just give me ideas or content y'all, that y'all are into, and I'll work on that for y'all. So, hey, till next time.